Hey, can you guys hear me?
We can hear you,
Yes.
Tommy.
All right.
For some reason, your volume is a little bit less. I don't know if you are.
Okay, thanks for that. These AirPods are kind of weird. Hang on a
Yeah.
second. Do we have any like music to play, Mark, or something while we wait? Let's just like give everyone a little time to get in here.
I can give the updates to the community on where we are at right now.
Okay, but wait. Let me just test this. Hang on a second.
Yeah.
All right, how's that? Any better or worse? Same.
Uh, it's still the same, but I don't know
Let
because
me
I'm
try
a
now.
speaker also. I might have a little bit less volume. Guys, give a thumbs up if you can hear Tommy loudly.
How's this? Better or worse? Same.
Yeah, looks good right now. Guys, let me know if you're not able to hear Tommy. You can put it in the comment section. Give me a thumbs up. Looks like we're good to go.
All right. Well, we'll kick things off here. Just a heads up for everyone. We want to start doing these calls a bit more regularly. Other projects sometimes do it in Discord channel and whatnot, and I've been intending to get these going. So we want to keep the frequency of these probably about once a month. Just give you guys kind of a high level update, everything that's going on, and give you guys the opportunity to ask me any questions you have. Or Mark or anyone on the team. So all right. So what I'm gonna do here is give a high level overview of the things we're focused on, what we're doing, kind of some new stuff you guys maybe know we put in, maybe you don't know. So and let you kind of know what's coming as well. And then any partners that want to speak, we welcome them as well. Like they get a update on their project and just join the conversation. Ultimately, this should be something fun. So I want to kind of keep it light and yeah, just again, give you guys opportunity to ask any questions or anything like that. So um, I'm in Bangkok right now. So there's some crypto stuff going on here, but I've been in Bangkok for the past 4 months. Coming back to the States soon. I'm a little bit sleep deprived, so just bear with me if I sound like that. That is why. All right. So let's get into it. So season 5 airdrop is live, everyone. You guys, hopefully most of you know that. And what I'm going to say on this is I encourage you and I really want to get the word out there for everyone to take advantage of this, you guys. I don't know how to tell you. I mean, we spent 3 years and literally millions of dollars to build this. It takes, building an NFT marketplace is a lot more work than you may think. It's more work than I thought it was going to be, but it got done. And again, it's still not fully done. We're still adding things like charts, bidding features coming. There's little things, cosmetics, other various upgrades. Like it's a process. But I mean, I'm proud of the marketplace as it is. It's fully functional. And it's we got the marketplace, we got the launch pad, Octolite. See you there. Props to Octolite being the one of the first projects to mint with us. So good to have you on the journey. And yeah, I'm going to emphasize again, guys, that airdrop. The airdrop is us giving away, right? We're giving away essentially like a piece of the project, for you guys to, and right now there's like so few. I shouldn't say there's so few, but there's less people participating. I expect it to increase over time. We've done airdrops over the years, starting with the first airdrop for Energi in 2018. That was successful. The earlier GMI airdrop was also successful. I expect these seasons are going to kick into gear at some point and go crazy, but it's not there yet. And I really can't emphasize how easy it is to get points right now, across all categories. So if you're not taking advantage of that, you should be. It's just easy pickings, tons of GMI for doing, you have like some of the categories, you got like a couple dozen peers. It's nothing. It's going to be hundreds, thousands of peers in the future. So take advantage of it. So, and then on top of that, the referral program we have is very rewarding. 30% for level one referrals. I mean, what I love about our design here is that there's no cost to get in, like you don't have to pay hundreds of dollars to join and participate in this. You can join programs for free. And all you do, if you know people that have got a lot of some of the tokens we have on there and the token airdrop, the NFT airdrop, NFT hodler airdrop, whatever it is, maybe you know someone that just one of the airdrop categories is good for, tell them about it. And you get 30% of what they get. That's massive. A lot of projects give like 5%, 10%, 30%. And then on top of that, anyone they refer 20%, anyone they refer, anyone they refer 20%, anyone they refer 10%. And we're eventually probably actually going to increase it to level 4 and 5, and maybe even go all the way down to level 7. The whole point I'm making is get the word out. You're building a referral tree for the airdrop. You're building a referral tree for the marketplace rewards. Those are also going to be fee sharing as well too, right? And that's another thing we need to implement, but we can backtrack all the fees that have been paid, down the line and reward those. We might not do that for like multiple levels, but it is a revenue sharing thing too. So not only you're sharing the airdrop, you're sharing in the revenue. So, you know, so anyway, again, I would just say take advantage of it. Really tune into every program. I don't have any more programs I want to add to it. We've got 13 programs on there. Some of the programs we haven't flipped on yet, but like the meme airdrop, we're not the meme creator airdrop. There's got to be at least 10 people with like 10 GIF memes to participate in that. So until we're there, like that will kind of ramp up. But that's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait to see those. Um, but yeah, again, so I just really want to emphasize that for you guys. Like right now, people are raking in tons of GMI for doing pretty little. I'm like, all right, well, good for you guys. But it's not always going to be that juicy. So take advantage of it while it's super juicy. Um, Another thing I want to mention is we want to get your guys' feedback. So we're going to get a feedback form pretty soon for you guys, probably in the next week or two. And I just want to get your feedback on how you guys are liking the airdrop, how you're liking GMI, any suggestions you have to improve. It will just help, get us some feedback and guide us. All right, so that's on the airdrop. And again, I'll welcome questions for that after I go through everything. Let me just run through a couple points I want to go over. Next thing I want, still on the airdrop actually, the rewards vault. I'm sure probably all you guys have seen it, but that's another cool thing we've added. One place you can see all the GMI you've earned, all the different point categories you've earned. You guys have seen we have like basically I made them a bunch of gemstone names, right? Which I think is pretty cool, the different point categories. And I don't know anyone else who's done that. So most airdrops have like one point category. We have 13. So all the different ways to earn. And again, the fun thing about this airdrop is you guys got to find out which categories are easy to earn GMI, because some of them are really easy, and some of them are a little harder. And you figure out which ones are easy and just, take advantage of it. It's your guys' opportunity. You guys are here early. You guys benefit. You guys are the one who are going to get rewarded the most and earn the most GMI. Again, people who are joining in 5 months, 6 months, there's going to be a lot more participants as time goes on. So we may eventually actually increase the amount of GMI for some of the programs, but that's not set in stone. So, but if there's like 100 times more participants, then we probably will increase the categories, maybe like doubling or tripling the amount of GMI. But that's what I'm trying to tell you guys. Like right now, you guys can really rake it in. All right. So yeah, the rewards vault, different type of gemstones. I'd love to hear you guys' feedback on that. Hopefully you guys like that. And then of course, if you guys are in the top 10 of different categories, if you're in the top 10 of at least one program, you'll get a notice that you're a season, whatever season elite, like a season 5 elite. And we're actually going to have special NFTs for everyone who ranks in those too. So those are coming out, and we're not going to announce utility for them yet, but they are going to have some utility that comes with them too. So again, just more incentive to really tune into this. Take advantage, you guys. I set it up so you guys spread the word and get rewarded. Okay, so let's shift gears a bit. I want to kind of talk about what we're doing at Energy at a high level. And I'm going to keep this short. I don't want to go on too long about it, but one thing I've really seen, guys, is, and I'm really proud of it, you know, um, I would say Energy, if we have kind of like a theme, the theme is built kind of around doing things right. Doing things right. Those are the words, and it started from building a blockchain that still honestly baffles me today, that no one else in the world's built a blockchain that protects their users. I just saw a tweet by from Raul Powell. It's like he's talking about how a lot of assets are going to be on Bitcoin. I asked him a question. I said, that's interesting. So when there's trillions of dollars of assets coming in, like how can we have trillions of dollars of assets come in the space if a single scammer, drainer, oh, maybe they had someone in charge of something that wasn't highly experienced and messed up, right? Or social engineering, a little bug in the code. There's so many ways, and it's such a massive risk. It's such a massive risk. You guys want to know something funny? I was again here in Bangkok right now, and have a good friend here, and he's got a ton of Ripple. And Ripple is really branded themselves, and I'm happy for Ripple, by the way. Like I'm happy they're like good for them, fighting the good fight against oppression, and then and now they're ripping. So um, which is good. Good. I'm happy for them. But the point I'm making is Ripple really branded themselves as a blockchain for the banks, right? And so here's a question: how can a bank confidently use a system where that asset, stable coins or whatever on that chain or on any chain besides Energy, um, what a scammer or hacker can do is when they steal those assets, they can convert those on Uniswap immediately, or on Solana, on Radium, or any other DEX, and they can convert those assets immediately to the base currency, whether it's ETH, Sol, BTC, whatever, all the majors, and no one can do anything about it. That's literally it. Like literally, you can't. Nobody. It doesn't matter if you're the most powerful three-letter agency in the world. If they didn't mess up, or they, cover their trails pretty well, they could literally destroy a single 16-year-old hacker could destroy $1 trillion company. So you tell me that's the way of the future? I don't buy it. The way of the future has to incorporate what we have invented, which is decentralized enforcement on top of the defense in depth protocol. A lot of people thought I was crazy when I had a 3-day delay for leaving our blockchain, and now like every L2 has to do it, which is hilarious. I mean, they have to do a 7-day delay, but people thought I was crazy for doing a 3-day delay. But there's a method to the madness, because I came from really thinking about how do you actually stop crime. I took it farther than anybody, and you have to have that time delay when you're sending funds to an exchange or to a bridge, because if you don't have that, then a criminal can steal money and within 5 minutes bridge it off your blockchain, within 5 minutes send it to an exchange, and it's gone. So you have to have that time delay, and then usually people catch it in the first day. But anyway, so yeah, man, it's just honestly like I think as I've grown in building Energy, it really has become apparent to me what I've created, which I really think we are literally the most undervalued project in the space. It's like not even an exaggeration for what we've done. And then I was like literally just earlier walking and thinking, we've built a blockchain, we built a DEX, we built an NFT marketplace, we built a launchpad, we built a bridge, built an NFT bridge. Yeah, I mean, you name it. like think about that, you guys. Most projects like build one thing, like they got an NFT marketplace. I don't know. I'm proud of what we've done, and I think that our time is coming into focus. I think time is on our side. I think over time, more and more, sadly, crime and bad shit will happen. I actually asked Claude. If you guys don't use Claude, Claude is my favorite AI. I like it more than Chat. I use ChatGPT and Claude. I like Claude more. If you guys haven't used Claude, you should use it. It's fantastic, and gives you like great feedback on what you're doing. So, yeah, I lost my train of thought. What was I talking to Claude about? Forgive me, guys. I'm a little tired. But man, Claude gave me some really good feedback. Claude actually, by the way, affirmed that building an NFT marketplace was a good idea. Because here's the thing: like with our security protocol, it's like eventually banks have to use the technology we build. I mean, that's a massive use case, right? And like PayPal, Stripe, these stable coins. And I'm actually working on doing that here in Thailand. Those are the friends I, uh, was celebrating my birthday with this past weekend. Like they're well connected to banks here. So I mean, if we can get energy plugged into banks, I mean, it's like then we're the real deal, right? Then we're the real blockchain for the banks. Like bring on the 60 billion Ripple market cap. But anyway, all I really want to emphasize there is that we're on the right track. We're on the right track. Time's on our side. Again, sadly, crime's going to get worse in the space. It's going to get worse and worse. That's what Claude was saying. It was like one of the ideas of how we might get the clout that we deserve is some big hack happens and security really becomes a focus, and people are like, well, what do we do? How do we fix this? And then like, well, oh, yeah, that's us. We've been doing it for 5 years. Welcome to Energy. I mean, that's just how it goes sometimes. But that's going for us. But we're not waiting around for that anyway. That's where we're like, all right, I love NFTs. I spent way too much money on NFTs in 2021, way too much, and lost way too much. Of course, getting into the damn peak of the bubble, but but um, I love NFTs. You guys obviously see my PFP. This would be my avatar in the metaverse. And we busted it out. It was a grind getting this marketplace out. Through some challenging times in the bear market, but we didn't stop, and we got it out, and I'm really proud of it. I can proudly say now we have a high quality NFT marketplace, and it's going to continue to get better. And then just to give you guys a little more, so I want to talk a little bit more about doing things right, and then tell you guys about one exciting upgrade we've got coming here. Um, but let's, yeah. So I want to talk a little bit more about the doing things right, right? So we built the blockchain that protects people, and look at what we're doing now that rhymes with that. Refundable NFTs. Refundable NFTs are so it's huge, let me explain it this way. I was always so hesitant to partner with projects in the past with energy because so many projects like disappear in 6 months, right? And if we had partnered with like 50 projects a couple years ago, right, and most of those projects had disappeared by now, it would have harmed our reputation. And so that was the reason why I was really hesitant in the past to partner with projects. And it's a valid concern, right? So I've seen other people suffer from that. So I didn't, again, like the same way I don't want people having stuff stolen from them, I wouldn't feel good about going to our community and being like, hey guys, look at this project. A bunch of people buy into it, and then it's like gone in 6 months. So refundable NFTs solves that problem. Okay. So when you have people participating in refundable NFTs, the max they can lose is 20% of what they pay for minting. So it takes a huge edge off because so many times those projects come out and then 6 months later they're gone, right? The project is gone and they're gone 99%. So to have like a cushion where you only take a 20% hit in a worst case scenario is huge. At the same time, it gives the project something to work with, right? So they have some money to get going. And every project, I'm going to really emphasize, really needs to do things on a ramen noodle budget. I mean, we've done that a lot over the past 2 years. There's a lot of stuff you can get done for cheap or for free. Hiring from good value countries like the Philippines is a no-brainer. And that's how we do it now. So we get talent, like good people on our team for a fraction what we pay for in the West. And also like AI tools, again, like Claude, and the designs you guys see on the airdrop, on the Gonna Make It airdrop, those are Claude's designs. I mean, I actually prompt engineered it, but it's Claude that did that. I mean, these are the sorts of things that previously I'd need a designer and have to pay a designer, you know, for like a week, and then there would be so much like back and forth and stuff. Now, like again, top-notch designs within a few hours. So again, projects can function. 20% is enough if they're smart with how they spend their money. So we're really going to encourage them to do things on a ramen noodle budget, and that way they have some money to work with. But meanwhile, the community can invest and not take a lot of risk. And ultimately, this means staying true to our brand, right? So that's what's really solidifying, what's really crystallizing for me that I see in energy. We have really built a brand around doing things right. And I want to really underline and emphasize that point. And it's something I'm so proud of. We didn't have the fastest start. Sure, if I had, that's what most blockchains did, right? They just had all kinds of projects go on them, all kinds of scams, all kinds of this, all kinds of that. And I was like, no, I just want to do things right, you know? So, um, again, that brand I feel like really is crystallizing. And keep in mind, you guys, it takes years to build a brand, So I'm really proud of our brand, even though we don't have the recognition that I think we deserve yet. We will. I think time again is on our side. Okay, so that's that I want to talk to you guys about. And one more thing, just to mention to you guys, we are, one thing that is, um, really clear to me, probably clear to a lot of you guys, is a 1 minute block time is not acceptable in today's day and age. I think you guys can all agree. Thank you all for persevering with the 1 minute blocks. You guys are all super troopers for doing that. We are upgrading the block time, you guys. About damn time. We were going to do it a different way originally. We were going to do it through the masternode layer to do like instant transactions, but that is going to take a little longer to build. So the easier, faster way is just to upgrade the block times. And we were originally going to do 15 seconds. I think we're actually we're going to aim for doing 7 seconds here. So the blockchain is going to be almost 10 times faster, which is a massive upgrade. And I think that's going to be a huge. Everyone's going to love that. That should mean you're getting confirmations within a few seconds. It's faster. It'll be faster than Ethereum. And if you ask Claude actually or ChatGPT, go on there and you ask what's the median block time of the top 10 blockchains. What's the median block time of the top 100? What about the top 300? And you'll see there's a clear correlation between the top blockchains and faster block speeds. So I think this upgrade is going to be huge for us. It's going to make Energi feel like brand new. So we're working on that. I want to get that out for you guys as soon as possible. So timeline, I can't give anything set in stone, but I'm hopeful within the next few months we have that upgrade. So that's something really exciting to look forward to, and I can't wait personally. It's gonna make Energi feel again brand new. So yeah, nodes are gonna have to store a little more data. Hey, that's just part of the game. Some nodes might drop off, but that means there's more rewards for the nodes that stay on. We'll still have plenty of nodes. We never had an issue with that. I don't anticipate that. So, all right. That's the main stuff I want to update you guys on. Don't want to make it too long, so just keep you guys in the loop. Let me. I want to let Mark talk to you, but actually, let me go ahead and do any questions first, and then Mark, I'll turn it over to you for anything that you want to cover. So, if you have a question, feel free to raise your hand. And Jess Rock, I see you got your hand up, so feel free to jump in.
Hey, so I got a quick question because maybe this is just me being naive, but it's like I see all these other projects, and in my opinion, they lack a lot of the things that this project and blockchain that's been created offers. For example, you have Charles Hopkins running around in ADA. It's the biggest piece of shit. It was doing nothing. And now all of a sudden he's rubbing elbows with people in the government, and now like this thing is moving again. So like how do we get you rubbing elbows with people in the government and people utilizing something that's going to really benefit the public instead of the massive amounts of scams and drainers and all the shit that's out there right now? This is the solution to it. How do we get it in front of everybody?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think, and that's one thing I will say. I'm a lot more focused on that now, right? In past years, I've been focused more on building and whatnot. I think at this point, I'm more focused in kind of a sales minded, which I've done sales for years and I'm quite good at it. I'm just good at like reading people, understanding people, and talking to people. So I have that kind of emotional intelligence, whatever. Um, so yeah, so how do we do that? Well, um, that's actually again what I'm trying to do here in Bangkok, right? And we're connecting with there's people who know people, right? And you have to like meet people, to connect with people. I don't know. I welcome your ideas. I think it's just about um, some part of it's timing. First of all, like I wouldn't say that we were necessarily ready for it in the past, in some past years. And again, a lot of people, I realize I have to explain the security aspect well too, which is something that I realize in the past I've like explained it on some spaces, and like one time this one guy was like, that's not even possible. And I'm like, oh, it's possible. I did it. But then I thought about really how to explain it to make it easy to understand. And what I came to with that I'll share it with you guys, is energy at its core is like a DAO. Like a DAO can vote on how to allocate funds, right? Everyone's comfortable with that idea. I mean, we essentially, our blockchain is just a DAO, but not just for allocating funds, but also for doing enforcement. And it's like that. I think that makes it easy for people to understand. So explaining it well is part of it. I don't know, just I try to get the word out there through the YouTube interviews and stuff like that. I do them periodically, and the YouTube friends I have, we push content out that way. The airdrop might be a way that triggers that. I mean, my ambitions for this airdrop are significant. I mean, this airdrop is powerful, really powerful. So maybe that brings a lot of attention to us, and then all of a sudden people are like, "Oh, what's going on?" I honestly don't know. I will say one thing. Enterprise sales, which is selling to like businesses and stuff like that, it has kind of a long sales cycle. It's expensive. You have to have plugs. You got to have, you know, and that's why Charles Hoskinson has that power to do that. He's got plenty of money,
Yeah.
right? So, you just pay the right people and you can kind of get in there. And the thing is, like, that's kind of expensive and hard to do. But I'm open to that route. I am going to try to pursue that anyway. But meanwhile, I think the grassroots thing, again, Claude, the all-powerful AI, right? So the Claude like affirmed the decision. It's like doing NFTs is the right move, because this is how we're gonna like grassroots build this. We're gonna have like our corner of NFTs, and the word's gonna kind of proliferate, and maybe that's the way.
Yeah, I'm a huge advocate for grassroots. Our project is built on that as well. I also feel like when it's done successfully, it builds the strongest foundation. So again, I'm a huge advocate for that. I just also feel like at the same time, this blockchain offers stuff that doesn't exist anywhere else, and I feel like if you are able to schmooze with some of the right people, I feel like it would be adopted instantaneously. I feel like you had mentioned earlier, in this space and in what we're doing, technical speaking is just as important as technical writing. And if somebody doesn't know what that means, it's the people that actually write instruction manuals that you take home from a Kia and try to build stuff and want to throw the manual and all of the pieces into the fireplace because someone poorly wrote that manual and you couldn't figure it out if you had an engineering degree. So like that's the testament to somebody who technically writes well and you can read a manual and get something done. The same applies to this space where somebody is technically speaking but at the same time can speak it in a way that normies and regular people can understand what you're trying to convey, and it's not too um, specifically technical on a tech level. That's huge and it's super important, but at the same time it's hard to convey like the level of security and how it's implemented, what's going on with it, and still have people to understand it. So I get it, man. It's just like I feel like I could just sit you next to the people that are going to be in control of regulations for crypto coming up, and like if you could speak with any of them for anywhere between 5 to 20 minutes, I feel like a lot of people would be looking at what you have to offer. It's just we're just not in the right place at the right time or speaking with the right people. It's frustrating.
Yeah, and thanks for bringing that up, by the way. And I welcome anyone's like ideas and stuff, because I'm always open to finding ways. Yeah, I'm always open to finding ways to crack that egg. I think it's kind of inevitable, one way or another. We're gonna get there. Here's another possibility of something that could happen. Some competitor makes a blockchain that does something similar to us, but then we're recognized as the OGs, who've actually been doing it for 5 years. That's another route that it could take place. I don't really know how it will transpire, but I think
Yeah.
sooner or later We
I've
will be
also
recognized.
I've also always said, unfortunately, there's probably more to come to the things that brought us your chain and what you offer to light already as it is, and that's a painful thing for people that aren't invested in energy, because it just means there's going to be more loss for people around the energy chain, and the energy chain is just going to be left sitting there like, okay, that's going to happen enough times before people are like, all right, well, what's going on here? How come all this stuff is burning around these guys and nothing's happening to these guys? And enough of that happens, then all of a sudden eyebrows start raising and people start looking. But like I said, that's going to be a painful time for people, you know. If that continues to happen, like, how many times is that going to happen before the majority and the masses jump on board?
Totally. And sometimes that's just part of how it is. I'm messaging Fox, and I don't know if he's awake. He probably want to be on here. Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes pain has to get to a point. I mean, that's just part of life sometimes, right? Kid falls down, falls down, eventually figures out how to get up, right? And it might be the same kind of thing. Like maybe the pain has to get high enough. Like, oh, okay, I really need to solve this problem. Okay, how do we solve this problem? Oh, wait, somebody solved the problem. Maybe that has to happen. I'm okay. I'm going with the flow. I'm not. I have. I've been pushing the word out. I've kind of, and I'm appreciative of the kind of the people in our community who really get it. Right, we have some people in there who really get it, and I will give Foxon a shout out. He gets it, and a number of you get it. A number of people in this spaces get it, but a lot of people out there still, they're first of all, they don't even think it's possible. They're like, oh, it's decentralized, so that means like, yeah, you're just fucked. And that's not how it is, right? That just reflects like they don't. Decentralization means you can't take down the network. That's what it means. And no one. I don't have power to take down energy. I don't have the power to do that. It's a decentralized network. Anyone can participate. I don't have any special power. I don't have the special admin key. That's what I heard in the past. Actually, a lot of L2s have that. A lot of L2s and whatnot have that admin key. We don't have that. We actually are decentralized. Um, and so yeah, I think maybe it's just like who was it? Like some big artist, some like Picasso. I don't know. They're recognized after they die. I hope I don't have to die to be recognized. Hopefully, let's hope it happens in these coming years. That's actually what I'm expecting. I'm
Well,
expecting this to happen in the coming years.
I don't think it's you that's dying. It's kind of like where I was going earlier. It's like more of these things keep happening to big gambling sites that a lot of people rely on, right? I'm not going to name any, but there's tons of them that are being used right now because it's very popular, right? And there's already been one that's burnt to the ground. All the assets disappeared except for one. So that's going to continue to happen, and somebody in some high echelon place is going to lose their funds, and then they're going to start, belly aching and, into the right ear, and then all of a sudden it's going to become popular. Well, that sucks for all the other people that lose their assets along the way.
Yeah, and again, I feel like it's just part of life sometimes. I guess that sometimes the pain has to get high enough that people are like, all right, and there's like a shift in the mindset, and people are
Yeah.
like, all right, there's got to be a better way. Someone make a better way, and then it's like then we get the limelight.
Yeah.
But again, I'm gonna do my best to keep getting the word out. I am gonna work on getting us in banks. If we get like a MOU with a bank or something, I can only imagine. We have a history of like vertical green candles, so that wouldn't surprise me that more of those come in the future. So, just with the right whatever that clicks in, and then people, who knows? Again, these meme coins go up to billions of dollars in a week, right? So it could happen to us, But meanwhile, I'm not. Yeah, we're gonna do everything we can. I think again, what would be really powerful is I think the fact that we built this NFT marketplace and Launchpad and everything. And again, if there's like 100 projects out there spreading the word, um, it could take off. If there's a bunch of people out there, every time you see all the time on the Twitter timeline, right? Like someone got rug pulled, someone got scammed, right? If when that happens, we have some extension of our community popping on those threads and being like, hey man, we feel their pain. I mean, that's literally why I built this shit, because I felt their pain, man. I felt their pain many years ago, and it's just the pain is getting worse, right? So hey, we feel your pain. We built a solution. Come join our community. And maybe if there's enough of that, at some point it's just like the narrative shift happens, and there will be so many haters. I'll tell you guys right now, because I see it. There's so many haters, and I'll tell you exactly what they're going to say. Oh, it's not decentralized. so prepare yourself for that one. But again, that just reflects their more basic understanding of crypto, that they don't know what decentralization actually means. Again, decentralization does not mean the wild, wild west. Decentralization does not mean that you're just fucked. That's not what decentralization means. Decentralization, it's a permission. That's the next thing they're going to say. Oh, it's a permission blockchain. No, it's not permission. No one has to come ask me for permission to use it. Did you guys ask me for permission? No, you didn't, right? It's not a permission blockchain. So that's another stupid thing they throw out. But it just reflects, again, they don't understand it. They don't. It's a paradigm shift. It's a next level. They're used to horses. We're driving cars. So eventually they'll understand. But expect a lot of pushback. People who are resistant. They're resistant to new things. But I built this, to change the world. And so I don't really care what they think. What I care about is the fact that everyone on Energy doesn't have to worry about being defrauded. Doesn't have to worry about being scammed. I don't have to worry about people getting drained. I don't have to worry about contract hacks or someone deploying a contract wrong and having a little bug, and then boom, their whole project blows up. I don't have to worry about that. That's what I care about. So I don't really care what they think otherwise. That's what I care about. So good stuff.
And Tommy, to Jestrock's point, I have been bringing this in like multiple spaces, both on Energy and other spaces too. The issue that we have in our space is the mentality, what we have here, right? Users, there are two mindsets here. Users and Web3 businesses like, protocol owners or NFT project owners. And so if you look on the user side, users seldom care about security. And I have seen that multiple times, and I've shared it with pretty strong evidence that, when we talk to them about security, their argument is like, oh yeah, well, that is good and lovely and all of that stuff. But what about, the profits and everything? Well, I do understand that, we all are in here for profits and, making decent amount of money and all of that stuff. But what if suddenly you wake up in a single day and your profits disappear, right? It's almost like the analogy of a trader trading every day, and he's like, he's making millions and millions, and you just wait for that one bad trade to wash away all of your gains. And that is actually what's happening in crypto. And I can see, like, when I'm reaching out to NFT communities and when I head over to their Discord, I can see the first thing I do is, like, I search the word like hack or scam, and there has been rarely any NFT community that I have come across that does not have like discussions around, like, a user, their NFTs getting stolen, waking up and finding, like, thousands and thousands of dollars like just vanishing in front of their eyes, somebody stealing their NFTs, they clicked on something or something weird happened, and the guy who stole the NFT got listed, and it's selling off, and they can't do anything, and they're offering sympathy to the user. Well, sympathy is not what's needed, right? He needs his assets back. And so the users, unfortunately, on the security side, they really don't care until it hits them. It's almost like, you're buying a car and this is driving around, and without any insurance, you just feel like, okay, what's the worst going to happen? Like, you just wait for like the worst thing to happen, thinking that it's not going to happen. And when it does happen, it's the effects are really, really bad, and it leaves a bad taste. Like, guys, like, you gotta understand one thing, like, of all the FTX saga and everything, we had good brand ambassador in our crypto space during the last bull market run, and those were users, right? And some of them were institutional users too. And guess what happened? Like, the scams and hack and all of those stuff make them move away from the space. Like, Tom Brady does not do any crypto interview. Do you think he's going to do that? I'm quite doubtful about that. So while he's promoting Hertz, which is like an EV company, all day long on, like, on the TV and people are looking about herds, he could have done like NFTs and crypto and all of that, and our space would have expanded. There is a tipping point, like, where we are reaching to the point where we are not seeing mass adoption. Like, we've hit a wall where the mass adoption, just like, and you can see in the NFT space too, like, people are steering away from NFTs, just because of the fact that they understand that while you're going into the space, it's acceptable to face scams and hack, which is really not the correct environment for the entire blockchain industry. And when you take that perspective to a a Web3 company, which is a protocol or an NFT project, that scenario changed drastically, where the projects here, like the companies here, the businesses, they're very much concerned about the user. They're very much concerned about, like, the security, and that is where I think the focus needs to be, is to reaching out to these projects and user the companies, Web3 companies and protocols, to come and build on energy. And that's what we are seeing through the NFT marketplace, and you'll see that a lot. And we have Octolite in our presence here, and just kind of giving you guys an example. So through the GMI marketplace, within a period of like a week since Octolite launched, I'm just looking at the stats. So the mint has gone past 187 NFTs, approaching close to, like, even crossing over to what do you call that, 200 NFTs. And then if you look at the TVL, 25,000 energy is locked into a smart contract. Which, by the way, Octolite, the NFT collection, minted through an 80-20% refundable smart contract. So now Octo does not have to worry about the money getting stolen. It's locked in a smart contract. You have the token utility. The token is completely absorbed, into the smart contract, which is close to around 25,000 energy. And, the creator gets 20% of it, so he can jumpstart his community. The users have an incredible peace of mind that they can participate and be part of a community that really values building and propping up the NFT space without having to worry about, oh, what happens if my NFTs get stolen? What happens if the projects get rug pulled? Well, if your NFTs get stolen, you always have the option to recover them only on energy. If the project is not appealing to your taste, you can always refund it. And, in this entire process, there is a symbiotic relationship forming between both the user, the project, and the blockchain, when none of them are absolutely getting harmed. Like, if the current floor price of Octolite is 500 energy right now, and the price of minting is 300 energy, right? So you're already seeing the premium, as we discussed in a lot of our spaces, on the floor price, as well as, like, if I'm not a happy camper, if I'm just here to just dabble into NFTs, I can, you know, just go ahead and refund, like, my NFTs, and I could get my 80% back, which if you look closely, the floor price should not drop below 250 energy, because that's, like, your refund amount. Like, no sane person will try to get, like, list NFTs below 250 and kind of face the loss. So as you are seeing that more projects coming in, like, we are building through the solution that is actually working. And if you look at GMI and you compare with all of the dApps that have launched on energy, you look at the stats, we are close to 480,000 energy in volume right now, within just 3 months of, like, the airdrop has launched, that we have gained so far. So those fees are also, like, 1.9% fees through the going to the platform. And so GMI is becoming a revenue generating platform. And, the users are rightfully getting their share. They're building the ecosystem, right? It's not the whales, it's not like a big institutional investor, it's actually the users, it's actually the NFT projects, it's actually the community that is, like, okay, I'm going to build the ecosystem from my end, and they're rightfully getting the rewards. Like, if you're providing liquidity on Energy Swap, like, you started from season 2, we are in season 5 right now. the liquidity carries over, right? And you're gaining points for the same amount of liquidity that you added over different seasons, as long as you keep on continuing adding the liquidity. Same goes with the activity on the NFT marketplace. Like, the users, the initial users from season 2 to season 5, like, that have contributed to close to 500,000 energy in the marketplace volume. They are really building the ecosystem and rightfully getting their share of their hard work.
Hey, just a heads up. Somehow we've already been doing the spaces for like almost an hour, which is crazy. Time flew by. So I've got like 20 more minutes or something. So let me get some questions from people, and I want to let Octolight speak too. Let me just do questions, and then I won't be able to speak, but I'll just be mute and I'll be listening. But let me tackle any questions if any of you guys have that. If you do have a question, just request to speak. Yeah, and while we wait for that, Mark, did you have anything else you want to cover?
Yeah, guys, if you guys have any questions about, like, anything related to energy, the ecosystem, just go ahead, raise your hands. I'll pass over the mic. Don't be shy. This is your chance. If you have anything, and also based on the initiative that we are doing here, this will be a monthly event where Tommy will be updating the entire community on where what is the direction of our current growth, what's happening, what's new coming in. And also we have a weekly Discord community session too on our Discord. So where, like, we tackle the most important questions. We do some training sessions with the community. A simple example is the listing airdrops. Like, people that are in our ecosystem are completely new to NFTs. It's just crazy to see, Tommy. Today I woke up and found out that Genesis Gem is closely approaching to a floor price of 1,000 energy. Right now close to like around 900, and Dragon Regions, the success, like, if you were to mint right now, you would pay close to around $250. But if you actually were to buy a Dragon Region on Energy, it would cost you close to $357, and that's pure market dynamics in flow. And the power of airdrop. So yeah, if you guys have any question, please raise your hands. Go for it. And we will be happy to answer.
I don't know if we had any more requests to speak. Octolight, if you wanna say a few words, feel free to come up here.
And just to inform you guys, also next week we are hosting the Mega Spaces. We will be, this is our efforts and Tommy's vision of, increasing our marketing. We'll have multiple projects, NFT projects, blockchain projects come and tag team with us, share their experiences, kind of building a coalition of projects that have the same interest of having a safe space, a safe blockchain space for everyone, and kind of sharing their innovation along with us. So it will happen close to around next week, Saturday or Sunday. There's host of rewards, host of activities during the spaces. And so that's pretty much it. So I think we've pretty much covered everything. I think we have also sent out our newsletter. We've covered some very important points in the newsletter. Message from Tommy is there. Season 2 rewards, as you can see, have been distributed. Season 3 as well been distributed, and we are on our way to, for users to share their season 4 rewards. And as you are participating in the airdrop, you can actually look at your dashboard and see your standings, your points, how much you've accumulated, and kind of moving into a trajectory of seeing like how much rewards you will be getting. And let me tell you guys how the tokenomics has been completely different from Energy. The GMI tokenomics, if you look at that, like 70% of the tokens will be allocated to users for farming the GMI token, and out of those, like if you look at the tokenomics, 70%, like out of that, like 95% of those will not see a release for the next 7 years after the token launch. Because those are allocated to users that have locked up the token to farm the GMI token for the next 7 years. Strong, really strong incentives for the token, and only 0.01% of the entire token supply will be released through the airdrop. And it's actually a successful system. So if you look at the SHIB ecosystem, you can already see like they have different tokens. You have the SHIB token, then you have the bone token, and they have leash and all of those tokens. It's like one token feeding into the other token. So if you were to see the utility of energy, it's just gonna go up as the GMI token launches. So yeah, if you guys have any question, if you want to speak, you can request a mic. Go ahead and do that. But if not, I think we're pretty much close to wrapping up the space, Tommy. I think 1 hour is really cool. And yeah, if you're a masternode holders, make sure your voice is heard. Participate in our monthly voting for the treasury, the budget, and some really significant changes that are happening on our blockchain. Keep an eye out on our newsletter. Keep your notifications on so you get the updates very quickly. And if you're really enthusiastic about NFTs, go check out the GMI marketplace. I mean, literally, you go to, like, there's never been an NFT environment where, like, there's no scams or rug pulls. It's only present on GMI, powered by the Energy blockchain.
Yeah, good to see the Dragon Degens in the audience too. Love that. So also the Octolites. Again, it's cool seeing we're building our corner of the space. So yeah, this was good. I want to again do these like about once a month. I think it'll be good to do. The Fox, and I see you just joined. If you like to, Fox, and feel free to jump up if you want to say anything. We're just wrapping up here. But yeah, guys, I'll just say, appreciate you guys all being on the journey. It's I'll tell you guys what, man, if this is like life purpose for me. And if it wasn't, and I've seen that in other projects and other founders, man, I don't even want to say how much I invest in other projects and stuff that a lot of them didn't even last 6 months, and we've been on this for 7 years, man. 7 years. It's a significant amount of my life and life force, that I've been putting into this, but I don't regret a second of it, And now, and I know why I was basically mandated to make this blockchain by the universe, by God, whatever you want to call it, because nobody else did it. That's why I was mandated to do it, and that's why I did it. And I'm so proud of it, man. I'm so proud that we are all part of that, by the way. You guys are all just as much a part of it. Energy ultimately will be successful because of the community, you guys getting the word out. I feel when enough of the world is like, yo, there's a solution that you don't have to worry about the drainers. Dude, I use Solana right now, and lots of love for Solana. Like, I love how fast they are and everything. But man, like, I send funds to an address sometimes, and the address poisoning, like 10 transactions follow mine. And they're all the fake transactions where they try to trick you, right? Because the first characters, last characters are the same. They try to trick you, man. It's just like, really, like, everywhere you turn, like, they're just trying to take advantage of you. Can you imagine, like, walking down the street? I'm sure you guys can imagine, right? Imagine a big city or some, like, maybe like the downtown, a dirty downtown area, right? Like, and just everyone's just trying to get something from you, and you got to be like super careful. And it's just, that's the state of the space, and it's just crazy to me that we as humans have accepted that. I don't think, and we don't have to accept that. You don't have to. Once you shut down the scammers, they go somewhere else because they know they can't get away with it here, So, and then it becomes like a nice neighborhood, and that's what we've done, And that, I think that to me is like one of the most valuable things. And again, so underrated, but you know what? I don't really give a damn if, I think that's part of it. Maybe I'm tested in a way where I see so many projects that have not accomplished a fingernail compared to what we've done, and popping off like a $1 billion market cap, hundreds of millions of dollar market cap, tens of millions of dollars of volume on these meme coins. Just like absurd. But the good thing is you see that that's possible, right? So like it would imply that a project that actually has something going for it sooner or later is going to be recognized, and that's why I'm not stressing it. I want Energi to be as successful as fast as possible. Honestly, primarily for you guys. I know a lot of you guys obviously hold Energi, and I want you guys all to be rewarded for doing that. That's actually one of my biggest drivers. So anyway, yeah, I'm glad we did this space. And again, just want to give you guys, access to me. So any questions or anything, I'm here. So we're here. We're plugging away. NFT marketplace is going to get better. Blockchain is going to get better. It's going to get much faster. I, again, can't wait for that upgrade. And I think that's going to be positive for us, by the way, in the market in terms of like valuation, because once we get that upgrade, it's going to, again, there's a correlation between higher ranking blockchains and faster speed. So that can warrant us getting a nice boost in the market too. So that everyone will be happy about that.
Tommy, there are
Yeah.
some comments that I would like to share. I think Matthew here has said, I appreciate your passion, and I've been on the ride since day one. So thank you, Matthew, for supporting us. Like, go check out our NFT marketplace, go check out our airdrop. This is your chance to completely build a ecosystem, and get rewarded for doing so. So go ahead, go for it. I also have another question from ASP, where he says, when are you going to start hiring? The market is perfect, right? We should be hiring loads of developer relations guys. Tommy, would you like to answer that? It's funny.
Mark, I'm gonna let you answer that, and I'll add on if I need to, because Mark actually is involved in recruiting. Mark, you go ahead and answer that.
Okay.
Let's see how you answer. I'll add on if I need.
So guys, remember one thing. If you, one thing that I've learned through our entire hiring process through Tommy, and one thing that has really hit me hard. Always see, if you're building as a blockchain company, think of it as a startup, right? We completely absorbed a lot of successful organizations' philosophy about hiring, and we have rigorous, like literally multiple filters of like being very mindful of who we bring into our company. And we have so many tests and so many filters. Like, I can tell you, just for a simple full stack developer position, like if we get 100 applications, which we do, actually 100 applications a month, we like, it's very, 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 very higher possibility that all of them are going to be rejected. And the reason why we do that is we don't want anybody to come into our organization and think that it is a part-time job. Like, I literally slept at 4 a.m. in the morning. Tommy's doing the same, and I'm back on the spaces. We're cranking out 24/7. If nobody shares our enthusiasm like we do, the person is not a good fit, and you will not see him anymore in the company. Like, we are slow, extremely slow to hire and quick to fire. And you're seeing the results. Like, look at the launchpad. We have some many interesting developments happening too. Like, you look at the NFT marketplace. Last year we had a Halloween space where we announced the launch of the GMI marketplace on the testnet. And right now, in a span of a year, we have already gained 500,000 energy volume on the GMI marketplace. And that has been possible solely because we have people on our team that are extremely dedicated and passionate about energy. Like, literally, I'm talking about, like, this thing is very important. And Tommy is right there on the top. Like, he sharp eye for people. Like, if they don't fit in, like, they got to go. One of the things that is a very critical feature of Energi team is the fact that the first criteria is you got to be passionate about, like, what we are doing. If we don't see your enthusiasm, like, you can't make it, you can't cut it out. The second thing, we are not looking to babysit anybody. And you got to show up your A game. You have to identify the problem and solve it even before it happens. And that's the path we are going. Like, I mean, we don't even need to, like, when the launchpad went, like, we were testing it aggressively. Like 95% of the bugs were not even there when we were testing it, right? So this is the importance of hiring people that fit the organizational culture, and then here in the long run. And this is what I have been experiencing, and I have been learning it from different projects, like multiple projects. One of the things that I talked to Tommy about, and I think I have one of my friends here joined to Crypto Queen, and she's leading the LTD token project, and I shadowed the entire project, the LTD token project. Shout out to them. Like, they're building really good people. And one of the things that I saw, which was quite interesting, is, and I noted it down like in red ink, you never hire mods. Period. MODs. You never hire them. You don't need to hire mods. You need to have people on the team that are on the mod team that are passionate, that are critical thinker, that are cranking 24/7, that are enthusiastic. You are not paying them. It's like, it's something that they are, they're really passionate. You're channeling that extreme energy, and bringing it to the success of the project. Like, they're like, you can see already, we have Fox in here. We have David right here, our mods, Suluzaki here too. Like, David, if you want to speak, go ahead and request the mic. And this is all, like, what I learned through other projects. We are exponentially cloning the good practices in the company. So we don't have mods. We have people that are completely vested in the project. And once you reach that, guys, let me tell you, it's a complete recipe for success. And Jestrock, you had a question, and I see your hands up, so I'll let you speak.
Yeah, it was really more of I just wanted to remind everybody we had a poker game Friday, but unfortunately the Tyson fight seemed to take everybody's attention, so we moved it to this Friday. And to boost kind of the look onto that, I'm going to be offering and running a giveaway of Octolite number 182 that I minted as a prize for the giveaway, which is basically your keys to the game. So be a lookout for that. I'm probably going to construct a tweet today and probably post it tomorrow morning so that it can run all week, and we'll pull the winner Thursday before the game on Friday, probably 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Go ahead, Doctor.
Hey, what's going on? Tommy, Energy Team, thank you guys very much for putting this on. I was working most of the day. I'm in the car now, finally heading home. And there's a couple things I wanted to touch on. Tommy said something about how NFTs are now and how we need to make them feel safer. And he's absolutely right. And this is what me and my team were looking for, because we're in an era now of NFTs where it's like, not my problem, right? Like, well, if I'm not the one that sells at the bottom, or if I'm not the one that floors it, like, it's not my problem. But really what you're doing is you're taking away from a team who wants to build something or has a vision. And the 80/20 refund is a phenomenal way to put a little bit more reassurance into the community and blockchain. Like it's literally unruggable, beautiful concept, great. Love it. And the thing I think Mark just said is you have to have passionate people. Mods don't work. We tried. We've been around for about almost 3 years now, and we were really stressed out in the era of Discord 24-hour pumping, because we're a small grassroots team. How are you going to take 3 or 4 people that just so happen to be all in the same time zone and make a 24-hour schedule out of it without burnout. You can do it, but boy, that burnout comes. And it's just not conductive for like good business, right? And so we don't need mods. What we decided to do is take it on ourselves and build the community. And there was a point in time when we had other team members that were really pushing a certain timeline. And if it's not ready, it's not ready. So Tommy, it doesn't matter if it takes 100 years to get this right. What you're setting moving forward is going to be hopefully a standard in blockchain technology. So I know I just threw a whole bunch at you guys real quick. I'm driving. I just wanted to say thank you, and let's go.
Yo, man, pleasure having you. Thank you for saying that. You know, let's go. This is our corner of the space, you guys. Energy, sorry for the background noise. I'm walking now. Energy is a public good, you know? So keep that in mind. You guys are all using this public good. So I'm just shepherding it a little more right now, and I'll do that as long as I need to. But I built this as a public good. It's like energy is like a United States of America, the new United States of America. Seriously, you know, this is what it has to look like. You have to protect the people, and you have to have systems that protect people. Security is such a big thing, man. Mark was saying it's like on all the everybody talks about it. That's one thing that baffles me. It's like people talk about it, they get hit by crime, and then they get all talkative about it.
Tommy, would you like to share the incident? Sorry to budge in here, but would you like to share the incident that you shared with the community about a scammer trying to come in and kind of manipulate the prices on Energy Swap and our
man,
system?
they're just looking for every nook and cranny to take advantage and steal, dude. Just again, I don't know why. I think it's maybe human nature that you just think, oh, there's an apple on the tree, so I'm gonna go pluck the apple on the tree. Okay, I get that, you know, but there should be a differentiation between doing that and, you know, like reaching into someone's pocket. You know, like where people need to fucking learn some fucking ethics and good behavior, man. I don't know why. That's why I love Thailand. Culture here is good, man. People here are very respectful, try to be courteous. We need more of that in the world. Like try to be considerate of other people, you know. And that's part of the cultural change we are seeking to invoke. Again, doing things right. Be respectful. That's it. Like if you do something, you're not hurting someone, all for it, you know. If you're hurting other people, stealing from other people, don't do that, you know. If you're polluting the whole environment, don't do that. And if you're treating animals badly, don't do that. Animals deserve just as much respect. Be nice to them too. And that's it. That's sounds like so simple, right? But yet our world needs the right cultural, maybe I think people just kind of do what they think is the norm. And if the norm was behaving better, then I think people would behave better. But there's just been too much crap in the world that I honestly don't know how people live with themselves. Who like they steal. I don't know. Maybe they justify it themselves. I don't really know. But there was just people trying to take advantage of our energy swap the other day, a month ago, and they're like we had an API from service. I won't mention which one for security, but it was pulling the data from for price, and that data was wrong. And then instead of like reporting it to us, they tried to abuse our bot and steal money from us. And they were actually doing that for like 2 weeks, but I caught them, and then yeah, but whatever. It's all good. Just whatever. Thank God for our security, man. We don't have to. You know, I think every other product just eats it. Okay, I got a funny one. There's a project called Delta Prime. I'm trying to. If anyone knows people from Delta Prime, please tell me because I feel bad for them. They're a project that got. I don't even know exactly what they do, but they have like different pools on different chains. But they got hacked once, and it caught my eye. And then like, and I just went to their Discord to just see like how is the discussion going? What are people saying? You know, just check it out if you're interested in seeing what a house on fire looks like, kind of. Um, and I'm just observing. But then they got hacked again, like a week later. So I'm like going back to their Discord, like, and I'm like, I'm actually surprised their community isn't more pissed. They're like somehow like pretty understanding. You know? Okay, I mean, but there are negative reactions too. But it's like, man, like I'm just looking and watching. I'm like, we've solved that problem, but I don't know. Sooner or later, we need liquidity on our chain too. Like they're on big chains like AVAX and this and that, and getting liquidity is a whole nother conversation, you guys. It's kind of expensive to get liquidity. We discovered that years ago, and but that's where GMI comes in with our airdrop. We have the liquidity airdrop, right? So that's the whole purpose of that, is to bring good liquidity to our chain. I want millions of dollars of USDC, USDT, ETH, all the majors, so you can swap in and out of energy and stables with like a strong liquidity pool. So we'll get that. But anyway, not to go on a tangent. Yeah, good times. And this is, you guys, it's casual, again, I want this to be like a little more casual. It's business casual, right? So we're just hanging out, talking. Yeah. So
And
anyone else want to jump in? Oh, I want to say too
yeah,
real quick, by the way, on the recruiting thing, by the way, we had over 100 people in Energy at one point. We have about 20 people on our team now, and our team of 20, I would say, actually performs better than our team when it was 100. But think about that. So I learned a big lesson in that. I thought that, you just get a lot of people together and they'll do incredible things, right? That's not how it goes, right? So you gotta, like, I saw something on Twitter I really liked. Your goal in hiring should be the average IQ on your team should be as high as possible. And I really like that. So it's not just throw them in the bag. That's not how it works, and that's not helping anybody. And plus, those people have to be paid. And when they get half their pay in Energy, that's part of the reason why Energy got hit so hard in price, right? Because we had people who worked for us who didn't really bring us a lot of value, but they sold Energy. We paid them. I had the idea again that, right, the more people you have, and it's just not true. It's just totally not true. And Mark's been Mark helped me see that too. You know how multifaceted Mark is, and this is the sort of people you need on a team. Is when Mark didn't even know how to do design. We need to design stuff. Like he learned how to do Figma, stuff like that. Like those are the sorts of team players you need. Mark truly, honestly, credit to him, works his ass off, and thank you, Mark, for doing it. And so do I, and so do many other team members as well. But, that's what it takes. It takes a team that's dedicated, hungry, that wants to move forward, not dragging their feet, not wasting time, tuned in the game. And those people are more rare. But that's the only way we want to hire. I don't want to hire anyone unless they value what we've done and appreciate it and are in alignment with it. Otherwise, it's gonna be like oil and water, right? And they just won't fit because they might not take it seriously. They might. Never. Or
all right. I think Tommy, we lost you there for a little while.
can you guys hear me? Hello?
Yeah, now we can hear you.
Oh, I finished. I don't know if you heard me finish. I was saying I don't know if it cut out, but did I cut out or do you guys hear everything?
I think you cut out for a little while towards the very end.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, I was just saying, I think you guys get the point. Foxen, Jess Rock, if you guys want to jump in, Foxen drop down to listen. Were you up here for speaker, Foxen? If you were, come back up. Yeah, I gotta kind of again wrap up on my end. It's pretty late here. But I will sit here and listen. So if anyone else wants to join in, feel free. Beyond that, I'll say, again, look forward to doing these again about once a month. Let's have some fun. Just come hang out. So thanks guys for joining.
What Tommy said, it's true. You can get a lot done with a smaller team of dedicated people. Our whole team, I think at the most got up to 6 people, and it's it's not easy managing 6 people who want to do things 6 different ways. But when you laser focus that attention, you can make some momentum easily. And so even if people are looking to put together a project, see, I look at NFTs as a group funding act. They can be collectibles, they can be a lot of different things, but ours, for instance, is a group funding act. And what we want to do is we want to open up a physical gallery to help onboard people who want hip to NFTs or even a different type of art. Where I live on the East Coast is very historical for art, and people are really into new technologies. And so if you could take both of them and put them in front of people, that's an entire branch of humans that are here for the right reasons. They either want to support or they're into the technology at hand. And so, I don't know, man. I think we're here, and no matter what little bull run happens, or what's 20 years from now going to look like? The safest, most consistent people are going to still be here, and we've seen that through the multiple bear markets. It's like you find all these influencers, right? Every time there's a bull run, there's a new set of influencers, and I'm like, where did these guys come from? And then as soon as they show up, they're gone. It's so crazy to watch. So look for consistency. You know what I mean? Look for people who care about safety. Look for people who are truly trying to build community, unselfishly, like really just trying to put a good community of people together.
And yeah, and to your point, Doctor, we're gonna have our mega spaces coming on Sunday. Host of rewards, by the way, host of activity during the spaces. It's going to be very long spaces. And you can see already in the audience, Crypto Queen. I worked with her on another NFT project that we're really passionate about. This is what excites me. So you have to understand one thing. The day you find out, okay, where have you reached to a point where you really find okay, what I'm doing is really what I want to do. Is there is a point where if you're working on it, you forget what day, time, or hour, food, and everything it is. And then when you go to rest, you are always thinking about it. And that is where you realize, yes, this is your passion. This is what you want to do. And surely the profits, the rewards, are going to be very delayed. It's almost like a compounding graph, right? It's almost flat line all through the 95% in your life, but the real gains start happening after that 95%. And it's huge. If you look at good companies, graphs of companies like Amazon or Apple, Microsoft, you'll see that for 10 years, you see a flat line graph, and suddenly it jumps from $30 to 100 to almost reaching to $1,000. So this is what kind of compelled me to start working with people like Octo yourself too, and kind of sort of form a coalition where we come together, we discuss what we're building, we have good audience, and really good projects need the platform today to be to good audiences. And that's what we are going to do in our upcoming spaces on Sunday. So we will be joining. Gummy Invasion is already here. Octolite is here. Will be, and you can see in the audience is Crypto Queen. She has her own NFT project, by the way, which is go like and follow her. Turn on notification. She has been doing an extremely tremendous job on the NFT Crypto Chicks project. She has her own collection, is a SHIB Women collection, so very active in the SHIB community. Lots of love for the SHIB people. A lot of love for the tokenomics that we have built. Me and Tommy have been personally studying the tokenomics. Really good, big fan of here. And they were really good people. I've never been to a spaces and found that they're fighting. They're constantly building. They've been working on their layer 2 Shibarium too. We have Crimson here, a great marketing person for their project LTD token. Give them a follow too. They'll be joining in our spaces next week on Sunday, host of events. We really want to bring NFT projects, blockchain projects, protocols, kind of join and tag team us, and share what they're building, truly what they're building, what they deserve. in the spaces, and we're going to do that very aggressively. We're going to fight, and this is what me and Tommy, like, I mean, this was like 6 months ago, and me and Tommy were discussing, like, hey, we do want to build a launch pad. We had a very, a very like a very archaic system, which was very conducive to only people that could code. And we were talking about building a launch pad where you could just, 2 minutes, like almost like a ramen noodle. You take 2 minutes to, cook it. That's how much time it should take you to launch your collection. I mean, obviously there are some preconditions where you need to have your own collection set up and everything, but really the launching phase should be just 2 minutes, and that's what we did. But we had a biggest concern, and the community also had it. So the everything that you're seeing on Energi GMI is, by the way, built by the community. It's like, it's them like coming together and sharing their opinions. And one of the concerns that we have is, okay, we have the launch pad, we're gonna go and get the projects up, going on, but like, what will happen if, like, people are just coming here for the airdrop and just, like, rug pulling, launching collections left and right, what we saw on Blast 2 during the airdrop, and just disappearing after that. And that led to the building of the refundable NFT contracts through the launchpad on Energy. So we have an 80-20% contract and 100% refundable contract. And I would ask you guys to go ahead and take a look at it, and, like, how we are building and what we are building. And really, at this point of time, like, it's been a great ride. Yeah, go ahead, Doug. Said.
No, I was gonna ask, where could you cop? Where can you get a bag of it? If someone wanted to get some, I was looking. I see you got a swap. I guess you could probably have some ETH and connect through the through you guys swap.
Yeah. So the easiest way is to, I don't know if you have a Coinbase account. Do you have a Coinbase account, or any exchange that you're using?
Yeah, I got Coinbase. You can get it through Coinbase.
Not the energy token, but what you could do is you could get some ETH, um, and swap it on Uniswap, energy ticker. I'll just post the link here. And then what you do need to understand here is, you need to bridge it. Hop onto our Discord at any point of time. The links is in our energy bio. And it should barely take like 12 minutes to bridge over. Once you swap on ETH, you can do that. Or the best way to save cost, because it's still going to cost you to swap and everything, is to just bridge the ETH onto the energy chain. This way you can always, like, kind of DC a dollar cost average and everything, instead of just going all the way in. So you get the ETH through Coinbase. I mean, I have friends like here in Texas, like, they do this very frequently. They get the ETH from Coinbase in their wallet, but has to be on the Ethereum chain. So one of the time, my friends, he sent it over to the base chain, which was kind of like free. He thought, like, you could move it. So get the ETH, move it through a bridge, and then it would take like max 20 minutes for it to show up in your wallet. Once you have it connected to your MetaMask, and then you can just swap it. That's the easiest way.
I'll jump in here. Sorry for the background noise. So the problem is we're working on getting on more exchanges. The problem is in the U.S., there's only a few exchanges in the U.S. and they, like, I want to get us on Coinbase. It's hard to do. We tried to do it years ago. I'm gonna actually try like a new angle, but I don't know. Maybe they want like $1 million, And we do have connections with other exchanges. Where actually, we got Bing X lined up, and I got those connections. It's like they cost money to do. Like Bybit costs like 200 grand to get on.
Have you
Bing
looked
X
into
costs 80 grand.
Uphold? Check
Uh,
Uphold out.
yeah. I welcome that. I don't know if I explored that one, but I'll check that out. Thanks for that. I will say we are on CoinX, so that's like a good exchange. If you don't have a CoinX account, make one. I do not endorse this, but it's pretty common knowledge that people use VPN, don't have to deal with that. But it's really annoying that that's the situation. I hope the U.S. really eases up, like we're planning on doing, right, with the crypto stuff, because this is one of those things. Like, it's absurd
how difficult it is to help you get energy, and it should be easier. So I'm with you. Anyway, as Mark was saying, do it on Uniswap. You could buy energy there and then bridge it over to the energy chain. Or if if you're outside the U.S. or whatever, you could use the CoinX thing, and that's really easy. It's just USDT energy. So you buy it with USDT like most coins, and you just withdraw it. So yeah, and then we have Alchemy Pay too, but that seems to be like hit or miss with the cards. So
Right on.
All right. I think Crimson was here. She was from the LTD. She has huge amount of marketing knowledge. I think she had to leave for brand kit marketing, but we'll see her next week for sure, along with Crypto Queen, Gummy Invasion, Bad Billiards, Octolite for Mega Spaces, and many more NFT communities that are really building. We want to open up opportunities for a lot of projects. Come build. We'll help you. And that's pretty much it. You guys have any questions or you want to speak, just go ahead and open up the mic. Have your voice heard. Remember, this is a lot coming from my personal experience. I just can't. I joined Energy Discord in 2020, and I joined as a user. I was not even participating in the chats. Back then Discord would allow you to just view the chats, and I was seeing all of it, all that hate and negativity. I couldn't stand it. And it was around those times that I found out that we had a big scam on a hacker on Energy, put them in jail. He's still in jail facing the law. And I think to this point, I don't know of any other hacker scammer that a blockchain has like gone after and literally put him to jail and recovered the fund of the users. And that really turned the tables on me. I just need to, it was a calling from within. I just got to go and do my part, kind of keep building. And I joined as a community moderator from there, to marketing team, to now working closely with Tommy. I don't restrict myself to anything that I can do, because in this entire journey, you just make yourself an asset. You get the skills, and whatever I have garnered in the blockchain space, a lot of credit goes to Tommy and Energy. We have built so many things, so much knowledge, smart contracts, full stack development, graphic designings, AI tools, so many stuff. So just not sitting on the side, and really, at times it's really challenging to work, but I accept the challenge because I thrive on challenges. And me and Tommy, we go back and forth. There is a lot of critical thinking involved. And really at this point of time, what me and Tommy, we look at it, and as a team of Energy, we really don't want to babysit anyone. We have set roles and responsibilities, and you always think about the ecosystem and the users, and you just go for it. You build it. You have to have that mindset where nobody's going to come and tell me what to do and what. Surely there will be feedbacks and everything, so I'm not going to sit and I'm going to be like, oh well, if this was not told to me, or this is not this is the forward thinking, that literally, the term zero babysitting, okay, the newsletter is up and running, the launchpad needs troubleshooting, testing, the airdrop needs testing. There people at one point of time in your team will stop babysitting you, and really you don't want to build a team around that they need to be critical thinkers, forward thinkers, multitaskers. You can't say oh, I'm doing this and I cannot move into the other domain. That's a red flag. So this is what we have been building on Energy. All right, guys, if you have any questions or anything that you want to talk about, go ahead. This is your chance. I'm also monitoring the comments, trying to see if you guys have any questions. Gladly will answer that. And don't forget, we do have a Discord community session that will be starting here shortly after the Twitter Spaces. Yeah, go ahead.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh yeah. All right. So I wanna start by thanking Tommy and Mark and every single one of you. So the amazing community making all this possible. So here's to pushing boundaries, creating incredible NFTs. So I'm really happy to be here. Though I was late, the space haven't started with me. So I really want to thank the backbone of this great project, Tommy. We have got to give a massive shout out to them. The two incredible people who have been working tirelessly behind the scenes. That's Tommy and Mark. Yeah, Tommy has been the driving force behind the GMI marketplace, and it's an turning idea into a reality with an incredible platform that's making waves in the NFT space. So thank you for all of this. Thank you. And I want to thank all the people that come to this space today. So thank you for coming, and I'm happy. I will be happy again to see your faces and another new faces next week to our mega spaces. Thank you all. Thank you, Mark.
Thank you, Asad. I think, Tommy, we are almost about to wrap up the spaces. Heading over to Discord for a community session, and then next week we have our um, Discord training. Sorry, the mega spaces. Sorry, my bad.
Well, I didn't have anything else to cover. If we're good, we could wrap it up. I pass it off to you, Mark, to wind it down.
Yep. One moment, please. Just want to make sure. And guys, if you haven't joined our Zeely community, if you're supporting Energy, just make sure you join our Zeely community. Really great tools there. You get the airdrop too. Let me take some screenshots of our spaces to make sure the people are rewarded. All right. All right, sounds good. I guess we're pretty much wrapping it up. Don't forget next week or mega spaces. Let's join in and support people that are really building in the space, building with a good mindset. So see you guys next week, Sunday or Saturday. Keep an eye out on the notification. Oh yeah, Foxen, go ahead.
Oh, I didn't mean to cut off your closing. I just wanted to say hi and thank you to the team and thank you for everybody showing up to Spaces. I'm on a different time zone, so I'm a little tired, but it's a pleasure to be here.
Perfect. All right. So let's chime in next week. You will have music. I just wanted to make sure that since it was a community call, no more no distractions, right? Because you get a one-on-one event to talk to Tommy about, get your questions answered. I'm going to take a one last sweep at if there are any questions. Let me see. And thank you guys for taking time and coming here. Remember, if you're here, you are the builder. You don't need to be part of any team or anything. If you're building on Energy, it's a public blockchain. You can go build it yourself. Like, don't have that mentality like, oh, I'm just a community member. No, you are the contributor. Have a lot of feedback. I have encountered a lot of negativities. I don't look into that. Remember, we all are founders of a good blockchain. Blockchain that protects people. So your feedback is really important. Anytime you see negativity always have the mindset of like, how can I improve the system? And this is our answer. Like, when we were talking about tokenomics, look at the GMI tokenomics. It's a solid tokenomics. Literally like 95% of the tokens, like, out of that entire that is being distributed to the community through farming, will not be released for the next 7 years. So you have only 0.01% of the entire supply that will go on live during the token launch, and that's pretty much it. Yep. All right. See you guys next week. Thank you for joining in. Thank you for taking time. If you are part of the Energy Discord, if you're part of the Energy community, go ahead, have your voices heard. Thank you for all the testers that have been testing the platform. Remember, nothing is perfect in this world. You will always see that some systems don't work, but eventually at a point of time, you look at our masternodes rewards, like masternode system, it's perfect. It's like, you don't have to worry about your collateral getting stolen. You don't have to worry about your NFTs getting stolen. You don't have to worry about your rewards getting stolen while you are taking the benefits of, like, trading on the ecosystem. All right. Thank you guys, and see you next week for the mega spaces. And huge shout out to Fox at Octolite, Just Rock, Duck, Asad, McFly, Cured Brilla, Benjamin, Crypto Queen, Mikosh, Said, David, Matthew, GT8 Studios, Romton, one of our community mods too again, Dan, Parker, Pumpy, all this for joining us. Thank you. See you guys next week.